Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so today, forget wading through loads of stuff. We're doing a proper deep dive into just one source.
That's right. A single story, but one with real layers. It's Cat and Mouse in Partnership from the Brothers Grimm.
Or Katze und Maus in Gesellschaft, if you happen to know the German original.
Exactly. It's a story lots of us probably heard as kids, right? But when you look closer, it's quite a fascinating, maybe even a bit of an unsettling look at relationships.
It really is. I mean, on the surface, yeah, it's a cat and a mouse. They decide, hey, let's live together, pool our resources for winter. Simple enough.
But even right from that initial idea, you kind of sense this imbalance, this power dynamic lurking there.
Absolutely. So our mission here is to unpack that tension, the promise of friendship that pretty quickly starts to look like something else entirely. Okay, let's get into it.
Right. So the initial agreement, that's really where it all starts. The cat uses all this language of great love and friendship, really lays it on thick to convince the mouse.
And the mouse just seems to buy it. Hook, line, and sinker.
Pretty much. Accepts the whole cohabitation idea, seemingly without much question. It's quite striking how trusting she is.
And then, almost straight away, they talk about food for the winter, practical stuff. But even here, the cat's already maneuvering, isn't it?
Uh-huh. It warns the mouse something like, little mouse, you can't just run around everywhere. You might get caught in a trap.
Which sounds like concern, like I'm looking out for you.
Exactly. It's framed that way. But what it actually does is underline the mouse's, vulnerability, and the cat's sort of implied capability or strength sets up a hierarchy.
Right from the get-go. And then the plan for the fat storing it in the church.
Yeah, under the altar. The logic being, nobody would dare steal anything from a church. It taps into that idea of, sacredness, trust.
Sounds logical,
Yeah.
A safe spot. But hang on, whose idea was that exactly?
Yeah. Well, the text says something like, finally, after long deliberation, the cat spoke. Which does make you wonder, doesn't it? Was the cat steering things towards that particular spot from the start?
Possibly. Okay, so the fat's stored safely, or so the mouse thinks. But then
the cat gets these sudden cravings, wants the fat. That whole spirit of partnership just evaporates, at least from the cat's side.
And the excuses start rolling in. The first one.
Godmother duty. Apparently a cousin just had a baby kitten with brown spots. Perfectly reasonable excuse to need to go out, right? Socially acceptable.
And Adam and Mouse, still trusted.
Completely. Wishes the cat well, asks her to say hello, even asks for maybe a little sip of the sweet red christening wine. That detail just breaks your heart a bit, doesn't it? Shows her total faith in this friendship.
Oh, absolutely. Meanwhile, the cat
goes straight to the church, no cousin, no christening, just dips in and licks the top layer of fat off the pot. Die Fett hot ab.
Skin off. The first layer, it's almost symbolic, isn't it? The first breach of trust.
Definitely. A small act maybe, but it sets the pattern. And it shows how easily that trust can be chipped away, paving the way for, worse.
So the cat comes home late, acting all normal, and the mouse asks the baby's name.
And the cat just replies, deadpan, hot hob, skin off.
Wow. Just blatant.
And the mouse is baffled. She's like, skin off? What a strange name. Never heard of it.
It highlights just how naive she still is. She can't even imagine the deception.
And the cat's comeback about the mouse's own godparents being called Crumpfu or Bruseldieb.
Yeah, that feels like pure deflection, right? Belittling the mouse's completely valid question, making the weird name seem normal by comparison. It's classic manipulation. Shut down the question, assert dominance.
Keeps the mouse in her place. Okay, so one layer gone, but the cat's not done.
Nope. Predictably, the craving comes back.
Here we go again. Another christening.
You got it. This time the baby has a white ring around its neck. Another excuse to go out.
And the mouse. She lets her go again. Is she starting to suspect anything? It's hard to say for sure. Maybe she just can't believe someone who talked about great love could be so dishonest. Or maybe she feels dependent, Doesn't want to rock the boat with the seemingly stronger partner.
That makes sense. So the cat goes off again.
And this time eats half the remaining fat, half gone.
And the story even tells us the cat's thinking.
Right.
Something like,
nothing tastes better than what you eat yourself. Es schmeckt nichts besser, als was man selber isst. It's just pure, unadulterated self-interest. No thought for the partnership at all.
Chilling, really.
Yeah.
A total contrast to the mouse's mindset. So the name this time.
Halbaus. Half gone.
Oh, the irony. It's almost painful.
It really is. And now you see the mouse getting properly suspicious.
Right. She says something like, "What are you saying? I've never heard that name." Bet it's not on the calendar.
Yeah, the absurdity is finally hitting her. The names are just too weird, too specific, but the cat's confidence seems to grow with each lie.
It's like the cat knows it can get away with it. So, inevitably.
Third time's the charm, or maybe the disaster. Third craving. And this time, the excuse is even more specific.
What is it now?
Godmother again, but for a kitten that's completely black except for, little white paws. Very particular.
And the cat adds that dig at the mouse staying home, too.
Oh, yeah, a really nasty little comment. Something like, "There you sit in your gray coat catching crickets." That's what happens when you don't go out. It's condescending, trying to make the mouse feel small, isolated.
Ugh. Pure manipulation, making her feel like she's missing out while the cat is off having these fake important experiences.
Exactly. And while the mouse is sitting there feeling inadequate,
Yeah.
the cat goes and
Finishes it off. Eats the whole pot clean. Frosté fett with Reinhaus.
point of no return. And again, that little glimpse into the cat's head. Wenn erst alles aufgezehrt ist, so hat man Ruhe.
Once everything is eaten, one has peace.
Wow. That's a terrifyingly simple justification for total betrayal. Peace for whom? Only the cat, obviously.
Precisely. So, the final name reveal.
It has to be, doesn't it? Gansaus. All gone. Bingo! And by now, the mouse is clearly uneasy. She actually questions the meaning of the name this time. She knows something's deeply wrong, even if she hasn't seen the empty pot yet.
The penny is definitely dropping. So, winter finally comes.
And the mouse, bless her, remembers their plan, says something like, "Oh, good, let's go get our pot of fat." Still thinking it's a shared resource.
And the cat's reply is just dripping with sarcasm, isn't it?
Oh, completely. "Yes, indeed," says the cat. "It will taste as good to you as sticking your tongue out the window." Just pure malice, knowing what's coming.
And then they go, and the pot is empty. That must have been a devastating moment.
Absolutely. The mouse finally sees it all, connects the dots, the names. First skin off, then half gone, then she gets it.
But she doesn't even get to finish the thought, does she?
No, the cat cuts her off immediately, threatens her. "Will you be quiet? One more word and I'll eat you up." The mask is completely off now. Friendship forgotten. Just predator and prey.
And the mouse says the last word.
Gansa?
And that's it. The cat pounces, swallows her whole. End of story. End of the mouse.
And then that incredibly bleak closing line, "Siehst du, so geht's in der Welt." You see, that's how it goes in the world. Just, wow. Leaves you feeling pretty grim.
It really does. So, stepping back, what are the main takeaways from this deep dive? It's a brutal little story, isn't it?
I know, it is. It's a stark warning about unequal partnerships, about how promises of affection can hide exploitation, especially when there's a power imbalance.
And how trust can be completely betrayed by self-interest.
Definitely. And those names, Hatab, Halbaus, Gansaus, skin off, half gone, all gone. They're not just weird names anymore, are they?
No, they're like chapter headings for the betrayal, a step-by-step chronicle of the deception and how the shared resource just gets wiped out. It's actually quite clever, narratively speaking, but very dark.
Very. And you think about it, this dynamic, it's not just in fairy tales, is it? You see echoes of this in, well, all sorts of situations.
Oh, for sure. Personal relationships, maybe business deals, even larger societal things. How often do you see these kinds of power imbalances where one side seems to be taking advantage? What are the subtle signs, the modern versions of those fake christenings?
It makes you ask yourself, doesn't it? How good are we, how good are you at spotting those little warning signs, those skin-off moments before they become all gone? Are we sometimes too quick to trust, maybe? Too reluctant to question things when a relationship feels off?
It's a tough question, and it leads to the final thought, really. Is this story just saying, be careful, don't be naive? Or is it digging at something, I don't know, more fundamental about power, about self-interest?
And maybe what's our responsibility? Not just to look out for ourselves, but maybe to notice and even challenge these imbalances when we see them playing out around us.
Yeah. Definitely gives you a lot to chew on from what looks like a simple children's story.